Hello, how's it going? I'm making this video as really just kind of a small check-in and a contemplation on how things are going. They're going pretty well, to put it briefly. I'd say that the uh, the past few months has been pretty nice. There's definitely been a whole lot of new and interesting changes, but overall, I think things have been going really well. I'm not really in any sort of harsh financial situations. I don't have any sort of big expenditures. I don't really have any sort of like debt. I'm learning to want less. So overall, I think from a financial standpoint, I'm pretty well off. I've still got a little bit put away, and I imagine that's going to sustain me hopefully for still a little while. I have looked into a couple of different income strategies and self employment things, but I would say that's really more an indication of something internal rather than any sort of external situations. I've still been feeling some pressure to show some kind of status outward to other people, to anybody that might ask about what my sort of like employment situation is. And that has been a major factor in me trying to pursue some kind of income, no matter how slight or basic it is. So overall, there's been some internal growth going on, and it's been pretty interesting learning and reflecting on some different things. For instance, I just finished this book by Viktor E. Frankl called Man's Search for Meaning. This was recommended by one of my church friends, and it wasn't too terrible to get through. It's only about 150 pages. I opened it on Tuesday and I finished it just a few minutes ago. In short, it covers on this one psychologist's reflection on life inside a concentration camp during World War II, and his argument that the only reason that people survived was a matter of willing choice. He goes into a number of different arguments and recollections about what the differences in outcome would be for someone who willingly chose to endure something versus someone who just gave up and passively let things happen. And I found a lot of useful and thought provoking things in that. I'm finding that my attitude towards my situation has been probably the biggest factor in still going through with this. I'm noticing that I really don't mind my situation. I'm actually pretty happy and content with not being obliged to be somewhere, between this time and this time. Uh, Even if I do get some pretty comfortable financial compensation, like I said, it's helped me perceive things a lot differently, and in my mind, it's helped me perceive them a lot better. For instance, like just a few hours ago, I was walking around the neighborhood and I ended up stepping in dog poop. And to my surprise, I wasn't mad about it. I was so mentally fixated on accomplishing something that I didn't really see it as any sort of obstacle or complication. So I really just, dealt with it, came back to my apartment, rinsed off my shoe in the faucet outside, and now my shoe is outside drying. Another thing I'm noticing is that for just over the past week, I've had some kind of internal pressure in my left ear that is unusual, but it's not uncomfortable or painful. I don't know if it's going to end up getting worse or if it's really the beginning of something much more serious, but in general, I kind of really don't care. I'm currently believing that whatever it is, I think that something useful or beneficial is going to come out of it. So it's really doing a lot to help me not worry about small things. I don't know what sort of situation that you might be in, but hopefully that might be some kind of encouragement and help to you.